Good Lord, Janice. I love that name. Good Lord. The seedling. Tanya, welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome back. It's going really good, Tanya. Good for a Tuesday night. We have testing tomorrow, which doesn't affect my schedule, so it's going to be really nice. Tomorrow should be an easy day. Hey, Mexipino, welcome in. 8th graders have to get tested. I get to lay low with my 7th graders tomorrow. I'm excited about that. Hey, Yul, welcome back. I know, huh? Lucky them. I'm really loving this YouTube background. It's really spooky. I love the colors too. Look at that ghost. And then the pumpkins. Hey, Madonna Browntown, what's going on? Miss Madonna Browntown, we got you just in time, right at the beginning. Here's Little Prince Hair Flick. Little Lily Fifth. He's doing good. Oh, you're getting ready for bed? How are the kids? How's the family? We haven't asked about the in-laws. Just did reading with my oldest, now the youngest needs her. Needs her mom to go to sleep. I love it. How's work going? Hey, YouTube, welcome in. Lapo to care. Oh, first day back from fall break. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. You guys get a fall break? I wish we had a fall break. We get a weekend Thanksgiving. It's so weird because Veterans Day falls on a Tuesday this year. So we go to work on Monday and then we get Tuesday off and then come back to work on Wednesday. Oh, about the drama. Oh, got it. Madonna Browntown, I love it. Madonna Browntown, how are the in-laws doing and the parents doing? We haven't got an update from the fan. So funny. I love it. My father-in-law's good parents are also good. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Is it still warm in Arizona right now, Madonna Browntown? I usually get mine, Madonna Browntown. We go August, September, October, all those months. And then in November, we get Veterans Day and then a week for Thanksgiving. And then 3 weeks back and then 3 weeks on vacation. Oh, it's getting cooler. Okay. I was thinking of making a trip to Arizona. I'm not doing any big trips next year because of the book, the Joe E. King book. So I'm thinking I want to go to Arizona again. I love Arizona in the fall. Oh, you planted your fall garden? Oh, how nice. That's really nice. I love going to Arizona. My mom and dad, I think I told you this, my mom and dad used to live in Tucson from 2000 to 2015. And I'd go there every Thanksgiving, and I just loved it there during November time. So beautiful. It's like the perfect weather, 70 degrees, and it's dry, clear, crisp outside. We should meet up if you. Yes. Oh, that would be so much fun. LLG, that's not nice. We should meet up. Yeah, I'll let you know if I make a trip out there. Should be really fun. You don't have anything positive to say, don't stick around. A coffee flight sounds really good. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to fill up. Pedalingo pollo. Pedalingo pollo. Pedaling pollo. All right, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with let me get out Frog and Toad. We're going to read the next story in the Frog and Toad series. We read earlier to the East Coast. And we're going to start the next chapter, with the next set, which is Frog and Toad together. This one is called A List. One morning, Toad sat in bed. I have many things to do, he said. I will write them all down on a list so that I can remember them. Toad wrote on a piece of paper a list of things to do today. Then he wrote, wake up. That's a great start. I've done that, said Toad, and he crossed that out. So here you have Toad. He's all inspired first thing in the morning. He's going to make a list of all the things that he needs to do. So he grabs a little list, writes on there, the first thing he needs to do, wake up. He got that accomplished. Then Toad wrote other things on the paper. A list of things to do today. Wake up, eat breakfast, get dressed, go to Frog's house, take walk with Frog, eat lunch, take nap, play games with Frog, eat supper, and then go to sleep. There, said Toad. Now my day is all written down. He got out of bed and had something to eat. Then Toad crossed out, eat breakfast. He's having a leisurely day. Look at his little pajamas and his little teapot out in the window. Looking out in the window there. Toad took his clothes out of the closet and put them on. Then he crossed out, get dressed. Toad put the list in his pocket. He opened the door and walked out into the morning. Soon, Toad was at Frog's front door. He took the list from his pocket and crossed out, go to Frog's house. Hey, Georgia Peach, welcome in. Welcome back. So he's getting through his list. He's made a list of things to do. Now he's going to go visit his best friend, Frog. Toad knocked at the door. Hello, said Frog. Look at my list of things to do, said Toad. Oh, said Frog, that is very nice. Toad said, my list tells me that we will go for a walk. All right, said Frog, I am ready. So he comes over with his list and tells them, on my list it says we're going to go for a walk. And so they go for a walk. Frog and Toad went on a long walk. Then Toad took the list from his pocket again. He crossed out, take walk with Frog. Just then there was a strong wind. It blew the list out of Toad's hand. The list blew high up into the air. Help, cried Toad. My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list? So a big wind came, blew the list away. Let's see what happens. Hurry, said Frog. We will run and catch it. No, shouted Toad. I cannot do that. Why not? Asked Frog. Because, wailed Toad, running after my list is not one of the things that I wrote on my list of things to do. Frog ran after the list. He ran over hills and swamps, but the list blew on and on. At last, Frog came back to Toad. I am sorry, gasped Frog, but I could not catch your list. Blah, said Toad. I love that line, because running after my list is not one of the things that I wrote on my list of things to do. That is so funny. I cannot remember any of the things that were on my list of things to do. I will just have to sit here and do nothing, said Toad. Toad sat and did nothing. Frog sat with him. After a long time, Frog said, Toad, is it getting dark? We should be going to get sleep now. Go to sleep, shouted Toad. That was the last thing on my list. Toad wrote on the ground with a stick, go to sleep. Then he crossed it out. There, said Toad. Now my day is all crossed out. I'm glad, said Frog. Then Frog and Toad went right to sleep. These two are just too much. The end. The list. Frog and Toad storybook favorites. Okay, a great way to start the live. A good way to start the live with a Frog and Toad anthology story. Okay, in the comment section, let's vote 1 through 10. What did you think? I'm going to give that one a 10. I'm going to give that one a 10 because I really enjoyed their banter back and forth. Okay, let's set up. We do have a little goal here of some little lattes, so we're going to get 3 of those. We have 1 already. Let's see if we can get 2. Let's see if we can get 2 there. All right, what are we thinking? Let's take a vote. Eva Floor, welcome in. The next book that we're going to read is Countdown to Fall. Countdown to Fall. We love a good orange color. Tanya 8, Georgia Peach 10. This one has some really good illustrations in it by Fran Hawk. We got some really pretty fall leaves with some trees. Ten sweet gum leaves, orange, purple, and red, look bright colored stars as they fall on Earth's bed. So we have these raccoons. We love a good moon in children's literature. Isn't that the little screen in the back. Isn't that fun? That's off of YouTube. You can find a whole bunch of good Halloween ones on there. 9 dogwood leaves, bright shining scarlet, drifting down, down, down like the tail of a comet. Look at all these fall colors. This orange moon, that must be the harvest moon. 8 beech tree leaves like yellow cat's eyes float gently down through autumn skies. Yellow, these yellow leaves, these are what we made our fall doll out of, the little crispy ones. 7 pine cones and needles too pile on the ground for squirrels to chew. Yes, possums are really cute. I agree. Six linden leaves in valentine shapes reflect golden sun in autumn's landscape. The little baby bear. And then look at the fall foliage in the background. Love good fall foliage. 5 prickly cases with nuts brown and hard pull leaves along with them as they thump in the yard. Look at that turtle. The patterns. That's some really good detail there. Some of these nuts too. 4 craggy oak leaves, yellow, golden, brown, tumble with the acorns that wear rough, shaggy crowns. They have acorns. We have acorns. Artie the acorn, right in back of us there. 3 pointed maple leaves, yellow, orange, and red, bring helicopters with them as they twirl and spin ahead. They have owls. We have owls. Oval yellow birch leaves drop 2 by 2 by 2. Natives used birch bark to build their canoes. Very pretty. We love a good deer. I forgot to tell you I got my ACT four-wheeler license. Oh, how fun! Oh, and you were able to take it online? Oh, that's cool. Jaded, thank you so much for the follow. 1 quaky aspen leaf, yellow as butter, twists in the breeze as it shimmers and flutters. Yay, thank you so much. We're 80% at our goals. Hey, Dee Dee, welcome in. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank you. We made our goal. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. Needles and nuts and pods and seeds collect on the ground with the cones and the leaves. This, you can't get any more fall foliage than this. You got the squirrel. They have squirrels. We have squirrels. This book has all of the autumn decorations that we've made. Little turtle, birds. Aw, and then it's wintertime. So fall has passed and now the snow has fallen. Aren't those gorgeous landscapes? You've got the little bunny with the snow and then the cold, crisp winter air. Isn't that pretty? Mm-hmm. I know, you're going to have a whole forest in your tree. Right? The end. Countdown to fall. This was a good one. This was a good one. It's a good way to follow up the Toad and Frog anthology. What did I do with the Toad and Frog anthology? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. All right, we started out the live with Frog and Toad 1. Then we followed that up with Countdown to Fall 2. In the comment section, let's see which one is your favorite one. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Let's see what everybody is thinking. Mexipina 2, Georgia Peach 1, Yule 1, Barbie 2. Oh, Barbie, welcome back. Remember, tomorrow is Project Wednesday. Every Wednesday we do a fall or a project depending on the season. These are the projects that we have made. We've made scarecrows, squirrels, owls, acorns, other scarecrows, owls. Tomorrow, you guys are going to be making a spooky spider. Tomorrow, you guys are going to be making a spooky spider. Now, I went back to Michael's today because remember I was telling you guys I went specifically for the pom-poms because I was running low. But I walked out with everything except the pom-poms. So today I went back. So tomorrow, you're gonna get to choose either your basic black for your spider, or you're gonna be able to check to do a multicolored one. So if you want to do an orange and black spider, or if you want to do an all purple spider, because purple is a Halloween color. Or you could do orange and purple, or orange and orange, or orange and black. I want you guys to be thinking about what colors you want to use for tomorrow. Then we got Halloween colored chenille. Lola. Hey Lola, welcome in. We've got black shimmering, we can use black shimmering legs, orange legs, white legs, or furry black legs. Then we got some embellishments, Halloween embellishments. So you can think about putting glitter on the tail of the spider, or you can fill it with orange embellishments, or purple embellishments, or black crystals. We've got a whole bunch of other colors in there too. We've got green, we got pink, but I wanted to stay with the basic Halloween colors. So tomorrow, you are going to be making your little Halloween spider. We're going to get a piece of yarn and so it can hang on the tree like a spider web. Mexipina, isn't that exciting? We love it. So we'll have 3 spiders on our tree tomorrow. So for those of you who are new to the live, please join us tomorrow. We usually do 2 spiders, one for the East Coast and one for the West Coast. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. This is the owl. We made owls last week, and this is what the West Coast came up with. She is an ice owl. Isn't that pretty? Then, we're going to hang these here. And just so you guys know, for Halloween, through the month of Halloween, these guys come alive at midnight, and then they go terrorize the neighborhood, and then they come back. Just to make it fun. Then we have these little acorns that we made. Are the acorn. We love our embellishments on this live. Look at that glitter. Look at how pretty that glitter. We love glitter. Our embellishments. Put that up there. Our scarecrows. We made scarecrows out of hay and templates. These guys terrorize the neighborhood the worst. Isn't that fun? These decorations, you cannot get them anywhere else. So much fun. And then our squirrel. I think this one was the most creative one. So we got actual leaves. We got a squirrel template. We got actual leaves. It's got a little acorn there. And we glittered them and we made it into the tail of the squirrel. Lots of fun. Very, very nice. So let's put this guy here. That way it looks like he's actually sitting on the leaf there, on the tree. All right. Let's see what else we have in the stacks tonight. Tonight we're going to be reading a story called The Seedling That Didn't Want to Grow. The Seedling That Didn't Want to Grow. We love a good end page. We love a good end page. It was spring, and all of the seeds in the ground were ready to grow. Gorgeous illustrations on this one. It was spring, and all of the seeds in the ground were ready to grow. You got an ant. You've got a little ladybug there. They all grew tall and straight, just as they were supposed to. Look at how pretty those are. So those seeds, they grew up into big sunflowers. Look at these auburns, these reds, oranges, and yellows, and greens. All but one. One little seed hadn't grown at all. I wonder what's wrong, said Ladybird. Let's just sit next to her and wait. Maybe she needs more time, replied Ant. Aw. So amongst all the stalk of the sunflower seeds that grew, the one little seed did not grow. You got the little ant and you got the little ladybug. They're going to wait there and see what happens. Ant was right. Very soon the seed grew small roots, and tiny green leaves started to appear. Her life was about to begin. She looked so delicate and fragile. Ant and Ladybug fell in love with her immediately. Aw. So the little seed finally burst open. You've got Ladybug and the ant waiting to see what happens. It was dark on the meadow ground. By now, the other plants had grown so tall and wide that they blocked out all of the sunshine. So the little seedling began her journey in search of the sun. Let's go with her, said Ant. So, because it was a late bloomer and all the other trees had grown, or the plants had grown, it was blocking out the sun. So the little seed had to find its own pathway to the sun. The seedling grew fast, and soon the animals of the meadow came to join her on her difficult adventure. Ant and Ladybird were so proud of their brave little friend. Oh, this is her right here. She's the fern. She's in search of some sun. And there's some butterflies and a bird. Oh, I gotta turn on my pumpkin. The seedling changed with every day. Tiny leaves turned into bigger leaves. She formed deep roots and grew stronger and stronger. The seedling had become a little plant and was weaving and winding her way through the undergrowth. Lola on the TikTok shop. It's pretty cheap too. It's really cute. You charge it. You plug it into the wall and you charge it up, and then it'll sing. So the little seedling grew. It's on its journey for the sun. Just orange. But it's got different colors or different brightnesses to it. So that's off. That's 1, 2, 3. I like the bright one. Her friends were always by her side and helped the best they could. Cricket guarded her roots, Mouse searched for the easiest paths ahead, and Butterfly and Ladybird flew high above, trying to find the perfect spot for her. So this little plant is a fern, and it's just growing and growing and growing. Finally, the day arrived when the meadow undergrowth became thinner. For the first time, the little plant could feel the warm summer sun on her leaves. She knew this spot would be the perfect place. So she finally made it out of the undergrowth and out of the thick brush, and finally started feeling that warmth of the sun. And there's her friends that went on the journey with her. And then everything happened quickly. The little plant grew taller and branched out. Buds started to appear, and they soon transformed into hundreds of blossoms. The little plant wasn't so little anymore. Her friends watched her transformation in amazement. So she made it out, and she finally made it to the sun, and she started growing thicker and thicker and thicker. Through the long, hot days of summer, she was the happiest plant there could be. All kinds of animals lived among her many leaves. She was full of love and life. Look at how big she got. Butterflies, all types of birds, insects, bees, a mouse, all living within her. And we always love when the illustrator and the author uses the full page like this. Many weeks and months passed by, and the days started to get shorter and shorter. Autumn was around the corner. We're starting to get darker colors. We're starting to get browns, greens. Autumn, shorter nights, just like our time period right now, shorter nights. The leaves of the plant had turned as golden as the October sky, and she was gently swaying in the autumn breeze. She's starting to lose her leaves. She's starting to lose her leaves because it's autumn now. As the leaves were beginning to wilt and fall to the ground, something magic happened. The wind blew all of her seeds. Look at these brown hues, these brown colors, tans, yellows, blacks, whites. The wind blows the seeds off to start another generation. Far and wide. Look at the snow. And then everything turned gray and cold. It was time for the final goodbye. Little Mouse made a wish. I wish that I could see you again, she whispered with a tear in her eye. It's time for the little plant to die. It's winter time. Everything has to die and wilt away. Snow covered the meadow like a soft blanket, and everything went silent. Winter seemed to last forever. Yeah, everything's dead, everything's quiet. Look at this moon in the background. Until it was spring again, and all of the new seeds in the ground were ready to grow. So we're starting to get all the little seeds starting to pop up. Amongst the flora and the fauna. Another cycle has begun. The seedling that didn't want to grow. This was published in 2020, so this is fairly new, about 5 years ago. All right, let's take a vote. So far, we have read Frog and Toad, a storybook adventures 1. 2, Countdown to Fall. And then 3, The Seedling. Let's take a vote in the comment section. Which one is your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? Which one is it going to be? I think I like 3. I love a good nature story, a seedling story, illustrations. What is everybody thinking tonight? Yule 1? We have a quiet crowd tonight. Mexi Pina 3. Let's set up a new goal. Hands down 3 for Tammy. Yeah, I agree. 3 was a good one. Let's set up a new goal. We're going to do 1, and let's see who can give us. Let's see if we can find a Halloween. Oh, let's do this one. This one's a pretty one. October. Let's do one of these. 1. Confoin. Okay, we set up a new goal. We have the little October Halloween up there. Mel 3. All right, for our 4th book tonight, we're going by pretty quick. There's a lot of books in front of me. I'm trying to find the right one. Let me look through the stacks and see what we can find here. Because we have a lot of choices. And sometimes a lot of choices is a little bit too much. Yay! Thank you so much for that. Mexi Pina, thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's set up another new goal. Let's see if we can do this one. These autumn leaves. This one's pretty. We're going to do one of these, guys. Autumn leaves. Let's confirm that one. Okay. Did we decide on a book? We did a library haul just recently, so let me look through these stacks and see what we can find. I'm trying to find, oh, these are going to be some good ones here. Let's do this one. We read one earlier about hedgehogs. Hedgehog. A grumpy looking hedgehog at that. We love a good end page, purple. Love good purple end page. He does not look like he's happy. And he's got some tea, too, so he's got to relax. The garden was bustling with creatures preparing for the winter. The garden was bustling with creatures preparing for winter. So you have all the creatures just buzzing away, storing food, grabbing carrots, reading a book, a garden. You've got a fox, a chicken, a rooster, some bees, and a hedgehog. He does not look happy. You got a cat knitting and some birds in a tree. All the animals were looking for a place to call home. The bees and the ladybugs shared the hive. The possums moved into the burrow with the foxes. The birds and the squirrels found a home in the old oak tree. And the worms and the groundhogs were neighbors. So everybody's kind of finding their place for the winter time. Everybody's sharing. Foxes and possums. Squirrels and birds. And worms and groundhogs. The hedgehog lived in the hedge. All by himself. He liked it that way. So here's the hedgehog. He lives in a hedge. He's got a cute little home there, all by himself. It says, home is where the hog is. Very simple. He's got a little apple pie that he made for himself on the oven there. He's got a cozy little home. The grasshopper's home was under the hedge. She lived by herself too. So here's the hedgehog, and the grasshopper lived underneath. But then, ding dong, uh-oh. The upstairs neighbor is a grouchy hedgehog. Hello, the burrow is full. Is there any space in the hedge? Aw, hell nah! He's gonna get some new neighbors. He just doesn't have one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, the burrow is full. Is there any space in the hedge? They're like, no. No. This is my hedge. Hedgehog's hedge. They're like, okay. That's the only way you gotta do it. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. Don't worry, there's plenty of space under here. I'll show you. Oh, great. The grasshopper. Ding dong. Excuse me, sir. The tree is full. Is there any room in the hedgehog with you? Or in the hedge with you? Oh, no. All these people are... Poor guy. You got a bird family. No, you got a... what were these guys here? You got a whole bunch of people coming in now. You got some squirrels, some birds. Victoria, thank you so much. No, this is my hedge. Mine. Look at that face. He is not going to share what is not someone else's. He's building a wall by his door. Do you blame him? There's room down here. Come on in. But soon after, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Everybody's moving into the neighborhood. Lola, we have, this one is called freshly brewed coffee. So it smells like freshly brewed coffee. Hello there. The garden is full. Can we stay here in this hedge? Look at everybody's moving in. No, it's going to be a loud winter. No, mine, hands off. Absolutely not. This is my hedge. No llama drama. I love these types of cows. Yes, they smell really good, Lola. Yeah, green eggs and ham. It has a similar flow to it. Stop being such a hedgehog. Finally, somebody had to stick up to him. Look at how grouchy he is. And then the hedgehog goes, Slam. No, no, no. I ruined my hedge. Aww. Poor hedgehog. He was living in peace and then everybody came to bother him. He slammed the door and it fell apart. His little stove. Under the hedge, the creatures were settling in. But then, ding dong, they're all making themselves at home on top of the hedge. Is there any room left here with you? Uh-oh, somebody got humbled real quick. Somebody got humbled real quick. You gotta swallow that pride. Let's see what they say. Of course, there's always room for one more. Thank you. Welcome. Hello. What's up? Hey. I bought a pie. Aw, he saved his little apple pie. He got humbled real quick. The garden was bustling as the snow began to fall. Thank you, Hedgehog. You're welcome, but please call me Eugene. So everybody moved in. He's now living in community. He's now living in community. Look at the cat. Got his nice little sweater. The birds. The bees have their tea. Oh, they made friends. The hedgehog and the little guy underneath the tree. The end. Hedgehog. That was a really cute one. A good way to end the live. A good way to end the live. Let's go ahead and count the books that we've read. Frog and Toad, 1. Countdown to Fall, 2. The Seedling That Didn't Want to Grow, 3. And then 4, Hedgehog. Which one is your favorite? I think my vote shifted. Actually, no, I like 2. I like 3 and 4. The Seedling and then the Hedgehog. This one's a really good one. Tanya, 3. Yule, 1. Yeah, Hedgehog was a cute one. I agree, Mel. Tammy, 3. Lola, 3. Okay, you know what? We're going to do, since we're finishing early, we're going to do a 5th book. You guys are going to get a 5th book tonight. And the 5th book, for those of you who are new, is a children's book that I wrote. This is currently the mock-up edition. I've sent these copies to a professional illustrator and they're creating it right now. But I'm going to show you guys what the book's going to be about. It's called Joey King and the Fragile Figurine. Joey King loved his special figurine more than anything in the world. It was shaped like a small, clear dome with a rainbow inside. When he shook it, the shimmering glitter swirled through the liquid, catching the light like tiny stars. So here's Joe E. King, and this is his little globe. His grandmother had given it to him before she passed away, calling it a hope globe. She had told Joe it would remind him that even when things felt cloudy, there was always light and color to be found. At home, though, Joe often felt the light was missing. His father was always busy with work. As a custodian, his father spent most of his time working the late shift well into the evening. Whenever Joe tried to talk about his day or ask for help with his feelings, his dad would brush him off. Dad was tired. Dad was tired. He's a hard worker. Not now, Joe. I have to go to work, he'd say. Joe felt like he didn't have anyone to share his thoughts with, except his figurine. One sunny morning, Joe decided to take his figurine to school for show and tell. He wanted to share its magic with his classmates and tell them about his grandmother's special message. His teacher, Miss Wood, encouraged her students to share things that mattered to them, and Joe felt safe in her classroom. We love Miss Woods. And there's his hope globe. He's showing it to all his classmates. At recess, Joe sat on a bench, carefully holding the figurine in his hands and tilting it to watch the glitter swirl. That's when Aaron and Jennifer, two of his classmates, walked up. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Joe, what's that? Aaron asked, pointing to the figurine. It's my hope globe, Joe said proudly. It reminds me of my grandma and how there's always a rainbow, even on cloudy days. Jennifer smirked. Hope globe? That's just a fancy snow globe. Bet it's not even that special. Aaron nodded. Yeah, I dare you to drop it. Let's see if it really holds up. Joe froze. He loved his figurine, but the girls' teasing made him feel small. He didn't want them to think he was scared. Taking a deep breath, Joe reluctantly stood up and held the figurine out in front of him. With shaking hands, he let it drop. So he caved in. He caved and listened to the girls. The figurine hit the concrete with a sharp crack, and Joe's heart sank as the dome shattered. Glittery liquid seeped across the ground, and the rainbow inside lay broken in pieces. Aaron and Jennifer gasped and ran off, leaving Joe kneeling on the ground, staring at the wreckage. He picked up the broken shards carefully, tears stinging his eyes. Devastation. Devastation. One of the things that we like to talk about in our lives, especially with children's literature book, is this idea of healing your inner child and how devastation can happen at 5, it can happen at 7, it can happen at 20, it can happen at 25, it can happen at 50. And this is what devastation looks like. Paralyzing. That evening, Joe went home with the shattered remains of his figurine. He approached his father, hoping for comfort. Dad, Joe said softly, holding up the broken pieces, something happened today. His dad barely looked up from his newspaper. Not now, Joe, I'm busy. We'll talk later, okay? He muttered. Joe's chest tightened. He shuffled back to his room, holding the shards of glass. He wanted to cry, but he didn't know how to make sense of his feelings. So he brought the little shattered pieces to his dad to show his dad what happened. But dad is too busy. The next day, still carrying the broken pieces, Joe went to school. His usual excitement was gone, and he sat quietly at his desk. Devastation will do that to you. Devastation will just paralyze your brain. and paralyze your body until you process what has happened. Miss Woods noticed right away that something was wrong. After class, she knelt beside Joe and asked gently, "Joe, are you okay?" At first, Joe hesitated, but Miss Woods' kind eyes reassured him. Slowly, he began to speak, telling her everything: the dare, the broken figurine, and how lonely he felt at home. Miss Woods nodded thoughtfully. His teacher. Feelings can be heavy, especially when you're carrying them alone. But sharing them like you're doing now is brave, Joe. Let's see if we can turn your figurine into something new. We love when we can recycle art. Together, Miss Woods and Joe worked on a special art project. They used glue, colorful paper, and the pieces of the shattered figurine to create a mosaic. The swirling glitter became part of the design, and the shards formed a bright, shining sunburst with a rainbow at its center. All as they worked, Miss Woods said, "Sometimes things break, Joe, but we can create something beautiful from the pieces." So they're going to take that little hope globe and make it into a mosaic together. When the mosaic was finished, Joe felt proud. It wasn't the same as his figurine, but it was something new and special. Transformation. Transformation. That night, Joe showed the mosaic to his dad and told him everything. The dare, the broken pieces. The dare, the broken figurine, and how much he missed spending time together. This time, his dad put down the newspaper and listened. For the first time in a long time, Joe felt heard. His dad apologized for being so busy and promised to spend more time with him. Together, they decided to hang the mosaic in Joe's room as a reminder that even broken things could be transformed into something beautiful. We love a good moon in children's literature. As Joe drifted off to sleep that night, he smiled. Life wasn't perfect, but he felt a little braver and a lot less alone. He knew now that even when things seemed broken, there was always a way to bring back the light and color. The end. Joe E. King and the Fragile Figurine. A good way to end the live. Written by yours truly, Eduardo Martinez. All right, let's take a vote. You guys got 5 books tonight. You guys got 5 books. All of you are all probably asleep, except for Mexi Pina. Mexi Pina, ride or die. Tammy, thank you so much. You all, thank you. We started with Frog and Toad 1. Countdown to Fall 2. The Seedling. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Hedgehog 3 or 4. And then Joey King and the Fragile Figurine. All right, let's take a vote. What did you think? Definitely a 5. Definitely 5. You guys are too funny. Mexi Pina 5, Yule 5. Love it. Love it. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for the 19K 1,000 likes. You guys were truly amazing. 5 is all I saw, but regardless, 5. I love it. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Do we have anybody willing to do the little fall tree? If you purchase the fall tree right now, you'll get a special thank you post from our live tonight. Remember, tomorrow is Project Wednesday. We will be making Halloween spiders tomorrow. So if you are here tomorrow, you are going to get a choice of body color as well as how you want to decorate the little back of your spider. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for your company, and everyone have a good night, have a good Wednesday, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.